Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Sanders, and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today, what I'd like to talk about briefly is something about chronometers and uh, three examples of fairly affordable ones. And well, first of all, let me tell you what a chronometer is. Is that it's really simply a watch that has high standards for accuracy. That's what it's from. There's something that's called COSC, which is a standardization or certification unit in Switzerland. There's that. There's ones called metas. There are several different kinds that will certify a watch as being a chronometer. And if you have if you have met these standards on the face of your watch, you can put chronometer. Sort of an interesting thing. A lot of watches, maybe even most in some cases, do have a chronometer COSC certification, but they don't put chronometer on every dial of their watch. I think all of Rolexes are chronometer certified. Others are different kinds of things. We'll take a look at them. Now, the origins, it originated in 1714 by an English inventor named Jeremy Thatcher, and it means time measure. That's what it comes down to. It's probably really got a big kick from John Harrison, and he used the term marine chronometer, uh, which was a very amazingly accurate watch. This is also back in the 1700s. And he created a watch called the H4, marine chronometer, and it was used to measure the position of a ship from the what was called the zero meridian, which is uh, Greenwich, England, and they could tell the longitudinal position by the distance they were from Greenwich. But they had to have a very accurate chronometer, a marine chronometer, and so that's sort of where it came from. And then later on, it became the certification or the process of certification for watches that passed tests with certain positions of the watch and certain temperatures. And once they did that, they became certified. There are other certifications that have to do with observatories like Besançon in France and some other ones. So, but anyway, it's a measure of time telling excellence. So let's take a look at some that are I found that are pretty affordable. The first one are ball chronometers. Ball watch, I don't hear too much about it anyway, but they have a series of chronometers in their watches, and then right on the dial, right under just right down from 12 o'clock underneath the center pivot, is there a little thing that simply say chronometer. And if it says that, that means, well, it's been certified. The ball caliber RR1103-C, it's got a base of a ETA 2824-2. So, I mean, you don't have to get a real expensive movement. You can have one that's certified, and a lot of them are certified with an ETA base to them. So, that's one. And Ball's got a lot of them. Their Ball Chronometer, Ball Watch Company. Now, another company I don't talk about too much, but they also have a lot of chronometers, and this is Breitling. I usually think of Breitling for something else, but the Navitimer with a Breitling caliber 17, it's also based on the ETA 2824-2. It's automatic 4 hertz and considered to be a chronometer based watch. I found one at a place called WatchMax for 4,200. It's brand new. You can find others of them for a lot less at on for at your secondary markets. Now, this third one is uh, another way to determine a certified, in fact, it's sort of a super certification called the Geneva Seal. Now, the problem with Geneva Seal, it's only for watches that are made in the canton of Geneva, and they're very fussy about what kind of things a watch must have. A lot of them you can find on Roger de Buy watches. I have one. My Roger de Buy has a Geneva seal on the back, and if you get ones with Geneva seals, to find a Geneva seal, it's either on the movement or on the back rim someplace. I don't know of any that put them on the front. That's the nice thing about chronometers. With when they say chronometer on the front, you know right away. But you can also have a Geneva seal. There's some other ones. The QF, the Quality Ferrier, which is another type of Geneva seal, except for another canton. But anyway, if you're looking, oh, and this one, by the way, is 4903 on Chrono 24, and it's really getting more into your high end quality with Roger de Buy. Very interesting brand, and one I think that is overlooked a lot, primarily because a lot of the designs that people some of them are very large, but having one, I wear this one whenever I can. They're great watches for Geneva Seal. And like I say, if you're for chronometer, Rolexes, all the Rolexes come out. Now, one thing about Geneva Seals, COSC, chronometer status, if they have been tested and certified, that doesn't mean they're going to keep it at that level. Also, too, there's some places like the Horological Society of New York. If you send them your watch at $150, they'll put it through a certification process, and one way or the other, it may or may not pass. But if it passes, then you have a chronometer. My first Larique watch I sent to there, and with an Agenor movement in, and wasn't surprised at all that it passed quite well. Anyway, that's a bit about chronometers. The one that I had on the front, this one is by Rolf Lang. I saw this. I visited Rolf in Dresden, Germany, some years ago, and the one that he had is just amazing. It's the only word for it. It's a beautiful timepiece, and he modeled it after John Harrison's original H4. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you got some chronometers, I'd like to hear about them, or some other information that would be helpful. Let me know. Opportunity to subscribe if you like. And until next time, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection.